Damn rain. Well, y'all, good morning. Welcome here to the Speedbug channel. Another episode here concluding about the picture I posted here on Instagram about the new car I was actually seeking out looking to buy. Yes, it is a McLaren, and that is what I was looking to set forth and buy. Now, I know it is going to be nowhere near as fast as this car here, and I know there's pretty much not anything out there that's going to be factory that is going to beat this car. So before anyone jumps on my case to say, well, it's not going to be faster than your Vette, this, that, whatever, I know that, and I'm buying it solely because it's not a Corvette, and it's not, I'm buying it because it's different. It's because I haven't owned it, and there's going to be a certain amount of time that I'm not going to want that anymore, and I'm not going to want the McLaren because maybe I'm going to want a Lamborghini because I've never owned a Lamborghini, or maybe it's because I've never owned a Ferrari, or whatever it may be, whatever, you know, an Aston, or whatever the car may be at the time. It's going to be because I haven't owned it, and it's because it's different, and that's because it's what I wanted. Jumping to it, I don't have actually any footage of when I actually went to go look at the car because they were not allowing filming, and to be honest with you, the dealership that I kind of went to down in Miami, they were kind of dicks about it. So again, I have always made this thing about these videos about, you know, when you sit on the bike, whatever it may be, you kind of know when it's the one that you want. You just automatically know. When you sit on it, you drive it, you feel it, you know, hey, this is the one I gotta get. I gotta have it, right? So I was been out and I've been looking for a while to maybe potentially get a new vehicle, and I've always really loved McLaren. So I said, you know what? I think I'm gonna get it. I can get one now. I can afford it. This is the one I want, right? Now, so to be 100% honest with you, y'all still see the Corvette. She's still here. Why? I'm gonna tell you why. Not because I didn't get approved for the loan, not because I didn't, you know, whatever other case, you know, that y'all are going to say that I didn't get. It's because it really just didn't do it for me. And when I sat in it, it was cool, and I love the doors. And I'm going to post a couple pictures here of the car while I'm talking. When I was sitting in the car, it just didn't feel at home. You know, it had nothing to do with the buttons or the layout or anything like that. You know, I just couldn't necessarily click with the car. You know, I really liked the doors. You know, I liked, you know, some of the other features that were inside of it, the dashboard and all that. You know, it was cool. It had a good exhaust note. There's a lot of cool things about it. You know, I liked that it was turbocharged. You know, obviously it didn't sound as good as the Vette, but you know, not many other cars are going to sound as good as an American V8, you know, depending on who you are. But I just like that American raw V8 rumble sound. But again, that's not what it was about. I wasn't buying it to beat, you know, the Corvettes or this, that, or be faster. I was buying it solely because it was different. But there were a lot of things that I did like about it, you know, and which was, it was a McLaren, and it was the car that I wanted for a long time, and it had the looks that I wanted, and something that I was really after, you know, a mid-engine car that was comfortable and decently reliable that I could, you know, drive all the time. But it just didn't feel at home. It just didn't hit that home run. So guess what? I left without it. It just didn't do it for me, like how when I saw the Vette and when I drove the Vette, and I was like, this is it. This is going to be the one that I got to drive. You know, this is going to be the one that I got to buy. And the McLaren just didn't do it for me. When I sat in it, it just didn't do it. Now, a lot of you are going to say, well, you need to not look at the MP4-12C. You need to look at the 570S or 570 GT. And don't get me wrong, that's a super nice car, and I like it, but I don't actually like that car. Or the 650. But the 650 is much closer to the MP4-12C, and this is kind of why I liked it. It looked a little bit different. The 570 is the entry model, and just kind of, yes, it looks more modern and aggressive with its unique styling because it is a newer car than the MP4-12C. The car I was actually looking at was a 2012 or 13, one of those two. But that's just kind of, I was just really leaning more towards that body style that I really liked. And it still, no matter what, it just didn't do it for me. And I've sat in a 570 and I still didn't really care for it. And I don't really care for the outside of the way it looks either. So, long story short, the car that I really want, which is a 720, unfortunately at the moment I just can't afford that. So, gotta do a little bit of savings. I don't have 400 grand, you know, to blow on a car right now. You know, maybe in the future, maybe it'll come sooner than later. I never thought at this age I'd be able to have the things that I have. So, you know, hard working, always grinding, never stopping, always got my ear out to the streets, ears out to other people, listening to what other people have to say. You never know what could happen in the next year, could happen in the next 6 months, who knows. But bottom line is, I did not get that McLaren solely because it just didn't suit me and I didn't feel right, and it wasn't the car that just grabbed me, and I was so excited to get it, and I couldn't wait to get it off the dealer lot, couldn't wait to get it home. It had nothing to do with how much it cost. It just didn't do it for me. It just didn't do it for me. That's really what it is. So for now, I'm gonna keep the vet here for now until I find something else that, you know, sparks my interest or something like that, and then maybe we'll go that route. But until then, I'll keep you guys updated and keep you guys posted on my next car shop. You know, that was the closest car I've actually been able to come to actually pulling the trigger to getting rid of the vet, and I will definitely keep you guys posted on the next car, whenever it is, whenever it may be, and you guys will know. But until then, thanks for tuning in here to another episode here on the Speedbug channel. I hope you like what you saw. More Ducati content, more Corvette content, maybe more new car content coming soon. Beamer, Grom, X Diavo. When that sucker gets out of the shop, we'll be back here again. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Have a good morning, good night. Deuces.